Good morning, good afternoon, and or good evening. You're watching Nub's Handheld Collection, a companion series to Nub's Collection where we look at the even smaller collection of handheld games that I have as opposed to the standard console collection of games. As always, I'm your host, Victor Nub, and today we are looking at a series of yellow blocks developed and published by Sega and released in the United States in January of 1994. That's supposed to say X-Men, but we're looking at the Game Gear game on one of my converter devices that I use with the Retron 5. And unfortunately, there are some graphical issues with just about every game that we're going to be looking at as part of the channel. For some reason, this converter device has serious issues with the Game Gear games. It is just called X-Men, but this is one of the two games that I had on the Game Gear that were based on the X-Men. I would just point out real quick, someone at Sega thought it was okay to call their own sound effects annoying. And you have two options for sound effects, annoying and off. Now, listening to the soundtrack on the very first start screen there, I would tend to agree that the sound effects may be a little bit grating, but we're going to leave them as is. This is going to be a completely pure playthrough experience, no messing around with the audio. I will leave the difficulty on piece o' cake. We only get to see 4 of the levels of the game if we do it this way. Let's not. Let's do the I don't think so. Because this way, if we manage to make it through any of the levels very quickly and we get through all 4 of the ones that they allow you to play on standard difficulty, we'll get to see more of the characters. There are 7 in total that you get to play in this game. You get to play as Cyclops, Wolverine, Storm, Iceman, Nightcrawler, Rogue, and Psylocke. I think that was all of them. Anyway, let's go ahead and begin. We're going to start with everyone's favorite dork, Cyclops, and we're going to play the very first level. I think you could choose only between 2 people to start, Wolverine and Cyclops. Yep. The conceit in the storyline is that all the other X-Men were kidnapped, and we are going to try to go save them. So we'll go ahead and get started with Scott. I will say, graphically, this is not a bad picture. I can tell pretty clearly that's supposed to be Sebastian Shaw, and behind him would probably be Emma Frost. They could have just as easily made it a very simplistic image that would be hard to tell who exactly you're looking at. Oh, listen to this banger to start. I gotta get him dancing. Look at this. Do, 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 do. Okay, moving. So you do have a double jump in this game. Of course, it wouldn't be X-Men if they didn't all have their special mutant powers. And if, I'm not mistaken, you just hit the start button to activate. Yep, there you go. And then you can shoot optic blasts as Cyclops. Oh, boy, not wasting any time shooting. I do not know which way to go, and I'm guessing the elevators take me wherever we're trying to get. Yep. Oh, man. I don't know if that was health or a power-up for my optic blasts. We'll go without using it if we can, so I can save it for the boss. Can I go in here? No, I can't. So we are looking at this particular game for a very specific reason. I am recording this on March 19th of 2024, and of course tomorrow is the debut of X-Men 97, the revival series of the animated series that's going to be on Disney+. I think just about everybody my age watched the original X-Men animated series when it was on Fox. It was one of those watershed moments in animation, particularly for, I would say, Marvel characters in particular. I know that the comics were kind of what led the renaissance of the X-Men characters in the 80s, but in the case of the cartoon, that is how I or anyone else who didn't actually read the comics probably became familiar with the characters to begin with. I will say this about the show. I watched a good chunk of it. I don't think I saw every single episode. My lasting memory of that TV show is that there were far more storylines that I did not like than storylines that I did like. in particular, and the ones that always stuck out in my brain as just bad storytelling or not as fun or interesting as they probably thought they would be, the entire storyline involving Professor X and Magneto in the Savage Lands. I hated that storyline. Part of the reason for that is you had two characters who had really interesting, compelling powers that had them taken away for what felt like an entire season. If it wasn't an entire season, it may have been. Because when they went to the Savage Lands, not only was Magneto incapable of controlling metal, but Professor X lost his ability to use, telepathy and whatever else he could do with his mind, but also he gained the ability to walk. And they used that as, a way to get the two characters to try to relate with each other once more. I'm guessing I go back this way. And while that probably was a good, mature storytelling moment in, a kid's show that probably had a lot of depth and nuance, to be perfectly honest, if you're watching that show as a kid, you don't care about depth or nuance. You want to watch good guys and bad guys beating each other up. So I don't remember that storyline fondly at all. I also was never a big fan of the Phoenix storyline. I do know that there was kind of two parts to that. There was the part where initially Jean Grey was inhabited by the Phoenix Force, or whatever its full title was. And it just bothered me that there was a character that already had powers that were never treated fairly on the show, because I feel like Jean Grey never was a help to anybody in her just standard power set. She could do a little bit of telepathy, but it was never in any way helpful to anyone on the team during the normal show. When they finally powered her up and they gave her the powers of the Phoenix, she had to leave. It was like, you finally made this character cool and powerful. And then she says, well, I can't stay with you guys. I have to leave. I'm too dangerous for the planet, or whatever the conceit was for the story. I hated it. And I know that eventually she does come back as the quote-unquote Dark Phoenix, and that she's evil, and I don't know. It just... Those two storylines took up a significant portion of the show, and frankly, they're the reason why I just don't remember the show as fondly as other people do. I do remember, some good aspects of it. I remember liking the explanation of Gambit's origin, where it was like two guilds, I want to say it was the Thieves and the Assassins guilds, that were fighting against each other, and I guess he was part of the Thieves Guild or the Assassins? I think he was a Thieves Guild guy. And I don't remember a whole lot about it. I just remember liking that particular storyline. I was also a big fan. I hope I'm not going in a big circle here. I'm trying to find the right elevator to go back to the first floor, because I think there were 3 I passed. All right, go back down. I also was a big fan of anything basically involving Juggernaut. I always thought Juggernaut was a goofy, interesting character. Sabretooth, also a fun character to explore. Basically anything involving Wolverine. Wolverine was always a compelling character, and I think that's part of the reason why they did a sequel series that was just called Wolverine and the X-Men, where he was the leader of the school after Professor X either died, or it might have been, it's supposed to have been a continuation of the original story in the animated series, because if I'm not mistaken, at the end, Professor X has to leave. And I don't remember why he had to leave. All right, I picked up a whole bunch of red X's and a blue X. I don't know what that did for me. We'll use the power eventually. I just need to get up to where these idiots with the guns are. Oh, oh, oh! Oh, you see this? He's pump faking me. He was shooting his gun, and then he was like or pointing his gun, but then not shooting it. Hup, hup, hup! Oh! You think you got the moves. I got the moves. Look at that. All right, get up there. All right, so let's turn this on. Oh, nope, come on. Turn it on. You have to hit start in order to activate your optic blasts. Oh! Oh, I hit the wrong button. Oh! Okay, so you can't duck and shoot forward. You got to shoot while standing, which is already putting me at a disadvantage. I think you can shoot it at an angle. I guess the easy way to find out would be to... Yeah, there we go. I don't want to use it all, though. Not right now. I gotta say... Oh! I will say, I guess I'm happy that they're bringing the show back, and, I mean, who are we kidding? The reason why they're bringing the show back at all is because they're trying to give people a basis for the characters that they're going to be introducing into the MCU at some point. Obviously, I think the first taste of their introduction into the MCU, whether it is just a tease for what they're going to end up doing eventually, or maybe this will be a more formal introduction, is the fact that they're going to be showing a bunch of mutants in the Deadpool Wolverine crossover. All right, I did all that, but I have no idea where it led me. Did I get any progress up here? Oh! Ow! All right, so there's fall damage in this game. Interesting. I can't make any progress here. Damn it! Get over there! Can I go through these boxes? I sure can't. And I can't jump on that pillar either. I think the problem that they're going to have to work through when they actually do eventually get to talking about or bringing the X-Men into the larger storyline. We should probably be checking down here for any elevators. I think the larger problem that they're going to be facing is how to do a storyline that doesn't become everything in the MCU. Because a larger portion of what makes the X-Men work is the notion that they are not quote-unquote humans, they're mutants, and because of that inherent difference, the whole world is either with them or against them. There is no shade of gray. And once you introduce that idea into the characters, it becomes difficult to involve them in anything and not have the story devolve into, well, they're mutants, they can't be trusted, they have to be, you know, registered and controlled, blah, 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 blah. And I think they've done such a good job in the MCU at this point of making storylines that can be about all different kinds of things and not just focus on that one aspect of the storytelling. So I'm curious how exactly they're going to approach the introduction, if they're going to jump straight into that part of the storytelling, or if they're going to give it some time. Let the characters exist and have the world be okay for a while. And maybe even do it the way that they introduced it in the comic book version of Civil War, where a group of teen mutants that were doing like a reality TV show were chasing down a bad mutant who ended up, I want to say, blowing himself up and wiping out an entire neighborhood in New Jersey, and that's what kind of kicked off the Civil War storyline. If they do that, I think that would be a good way to introduce the larger storyline of all mutants are bad, they have to be registered, and then having this divide between, you know, heroes about whether or not the Registration Act is appropriate for mutants, and then maybe have it kind of mirror the Sokovia Accords storyline in the MCU, but have a different, you know, group of people fighting over it. I think we're going the right way now. So we'll find out in a minute. I feel like I just want one big circle. All right. Up. Up. I think where we're supposed to be, and I can't say for certain because they didn't show a title, is this is supposed to be the Hellfire Club? And they showed a picture of Sebastian Shaw and Emma Frost, so obviously that would be the natural conclusion, but I don't know. Obviously there are a lot of H's in the background. Yellow H's. If we can't get anywhere, and unfortunately I don't think there is a way to exit the level, I may just reset and change it to a different area, just to see if we can't get some kind of progress. Let me in! Ugh, come on, game! Alright, I guess we gotta go right down here, because that would be the only thing we have left. Go back down, go to the right. Let there be an elevator over here. Please. Please. No! I want to go down. I'm not sure where to go now. Is there anything over here I didn't do? Ah! Maybe? Let's see what this leads to. Go up. All right. Don't just be a room full of power-ups. Let this lead somewhere. All right, maybe we're making progress. I see a lot of elevators. One of them's got to go up. Up, 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 up. Not down. Yes, yes. All right, now we're making some progress. Oh! The floor. Oh, it's icy. Okay. Ah, oh. Oh. Well, we're making some kind of progress. He's ducking to shoot his gun. Dang it. I'm happy that they're bringing most of the actors back from the original animated show to reprise their roles. Obviously, there's going to be some changes and some conceits that they have to make because certain actors, if they didn't pass away, maybe they cannot do the voice part the way that they did originally, and, you know, that's just a factor of aging, really. I would say it would be hard to imagine anyone else doing the voice acting for Rogue, because I think that is a rather iconic voice performance, as would be, say, Wolverine. I think that the guy that they hired to do that particular voice, and if I'm not mistaken, they had him reprise his role in all of the appearances in Capcom fighting games. I may be wrong, but I want to say that is the same guy. Uh-oh. We're in trouble. No. No! Oh, you prick. I gotta dance while I'm still alive because I'm about to die, unless there's a heart somewhere down here. Oh! Heart! I need it! Oh, yes. I mean, I probably lost the way to the exit, but that's fine. Too many bad guys, not enough health. And unfortunately, his optic blasts are not going to stop enemy bullets! Whoa! Alright. Hup. Get him. No! What are you doing? Shoot that way, dummy. Alright. Health? No. So what are those? I guess they're the mutant power-up. Oh, shoot forward, stupid. Oh, shoot. Oh, no. Uh-oh. This is bad. No, health. Yes. No! I was so close. All right, so we don't have a choice anymore. We have to use Wolverine. We'll pick a different level. Hopefully one that I can get through safely. There's Omega Red. I always thought that was an interesting character. Because I guess he's made of, or maybe he's wrapped in, if it's not adamantium, it is a material that's really tough that I don't think Wolverine could actually break through. And more importantly, he had those tentacles that could, like, grab people and then, like, I don't know, suck the life out of them. It's an interesting conceit, and I would love to see them try to do that in the MCU. I don't know how exactly it would work, but I still want to see it. Another character that I really hope they revisit, and I have no idea how it would work out in the new show, is Apocalypse. If nothing else, because I loved the voice performance of that character on the TV show. That would probably go down as another character that I just can't see anyone else doing it. Now, a lot of it, I'm sure, is because of voice modulation that they did on the show. I'm going to see if I get my health back by turning on my claws. If I don't, I think they screwed up. Whoa! Get it. Yeah, it is. It's going up. Cool. Alright, so if you use Wolverine with the claws out, he gets his health back. Or maybe it's just standing still. Okay. I'll just keep going right. Whoa! Hey! Whee! I like that I think everyone in this game basically has a double jump of some kind, it appears. Whoa! Oh no! Water hurts Wolverine. Oh, wait a second to get my health back. It looks like just having the claws out drains my power. Alright, come on. Heal up. Heal faster. But you really gotta wait. One more pip. There we go. That'll work. Owie! Get out of here. Get. Oh, ooh! I was screwed. Now, of course, the problem with the design of these levels is that they had to basically homogenize them, make them safe for every character that you could possibly play as, because they had no idea if you were going to be playing as, you know, a character that can only walk everywhere like Wolverine or Cyclops, or if you were playing as, say, Rogue or Storm, who both have the ability to fly. Or if this game doesn't have Nightcrawler, and I just don't remember which ones are in it, Nightcrawler would have the ability to teleport, and if that was the case, well, he could go just about anywhere he can see. Oh! I was wondering if there was a breadstick down here, and there was. Oh, health. Nice. And power, I guess. Yes, power. Get. I have a feeling when I played this game, I never took it off the higher difficulty, and also wondered why I couldn't find any of the other characters. Now, before I started the episode, I did look up the instruction manual, just take a peek at the controls, make sure that I wasn't going to be missing anything. Apparently, you only can play as you can go through 4 levels and play as the characters you get in those 4 levels when you complete them. And you are locked out of 2 additional levels if you don't go on the higher difficulty. And being a coward, I probably never took it off the lower difficulty. I will say these levels seem to be much, much bigger than I remember them being, which is a good thing and a bad thing. Good thing because, well, that means more game to play if you're, say, playing this on a long road trip to a relative's house, which is almost certainly what I was doing with this game. The bad is, well, I haven't seen a whole lot of compelling difference between the beginning of the level and the end of it, or middle of it, or quarter of it. I have no idea how far I've gone so far. I may just be looping the same area over and over, and I'm missing something that they want me to grab or go into. I've been stopping at these to see if I can go in any of them, and it hasn't happened. I almost feel like I'm better off just avoiding enemies until I know where exactly I'm being led to. Ooh. Is this getting anywhere? Come on, game. Alright, I'm not taking these off till my health is back. Alright, well, not my choice now, and there's the health. Well, I don't think I'd be seeing health power-ups if I wasn't making progress in the levels, so I have to be getting somewhere. Whoa. Oh, the music is taking a rare break. But, you know, that's the The dangerous life of a DJ. You can't make it all about the crescendo, because if you do, then the audience is going to fall over and die from exhaustion. Alright, got some stuff. Oh, I picked up another heart. Why is the water hurting Wolverine? Does adamantium make him unusually susceptible to damage by water? And should I have not jumped in the water? Ah! I found the boss! And of course, it's way too late to do anything about it, because I'm super low on health. Ah, no! Get up there, you dummy. Uh-oh, I'm dead. Well, that's the end. Oh. Well, thank you for welcoming me to the next level. I mean, I didn't really get to the next level. In fact, I lost. If I hadn't fallen into that damn water. All right, we got to try to make it to the end of the level again. Even if it means I'm just running left or right as fast as possible. I feel like I could have beaten him. I just needed to, you know, not get screwed over. All right. I'll tell you what. Just because I'm a coward, we're going to turn it down a piece of cake and see if I can't make it to the end of the boss there. All right. So, oh, look at that. You only have 3 options. So, let's try a different level. We'll try this one. So this one, obviously, you get Psylocke if you finish it. I don't think they're trying to say she's the bad guy at the end of the level. Yep, that is the soundtrack, all right. I think this is supposed to be the Savage Lands, which means you shouldn't be able to use your powers, because in the Savage Lands, the characters did not have their mutant abilities or could not use them. But of course, it's a video game, and if you take away the main reason why people like these characters, everyone would just be screaming bloody murder. Oh, you gotta give Sega credit for one thing, man. They went after it with this soundtrack. It has 0 chill. Now, in 94, of course, they were, you know, heavily into their campaign against Nintendo and the attitude that they tried to bring to the marketing for their video games being for, you know, teens and hip kids, not for babies and children. So everything had to have an edge to it. I'm guessing I gotta go down. I see an area down there. Let's go this way. Yeah, there we go. Does this go down? Slowly. Slowly. Come on. Break. I'm gonna get it. Maybe I should just keep tapping it. There it goes! So I think I said at the beginning of the episode, I had 2 games, and I remember liking one of them and not liking the other, and I'm starting to think it's the other one that I liked and not this one, but I'm not sure. It'd be nice if I could just get to one extra hero and we could see somebody else instead of just Wolverine and Cyclops. I don't even know if I'm going the right way. Probably am not going the right way. What if the game doesn't stop me? Oh, come on. That should be a one-hit kill. If you're swinging indestructible adamantium claws at someone, they should not be able to tank a hit. Unless they are an actual tank, in which case maybe they can tank the hit. Also, I feel like Wolverine should not be taking damage of any kind from a fall. I mean, it would hurt a lot, but he'd be able to get up just fine. Alright, well, we'll go back to the right, because I guess left didn't really do it. We'll just stay low and see if that leads me to where I'm supposed to go. I like that there's really nowhere to fall in the water, but you still take damage. The composer's one objective here, his assignment was make this soundtrack go a full 150%. As hard as humanly possible. He said, all right, I can do that. And even the quiet part here. Sorry, I'm just basking in the glory of that soundtrack. It is certainly some beeps and boops. I get the feeling the dude that wrote the soundtrack for this game thought he really did a great job, and then someone else who was like coming up with menus heard it and was like, no, what the hell was that? And that's why he put annoying in the soundtrack, or the sound effects menu. Alright. Still have no idea what those do. I'm guessing blue gives you some power and red gives you some more. As reductive as that may be. Alright, I guess we gotta go this way. I want to get to one damn boss before we call it an episode. Oh! Oh! Owie! Still taking damage. Alright, get some health back. I don't think I have to stand still to recover, but I'm not seeing it out. Yeah, there we go. I was gonna say, I'm not seeing it happen. Alright, I am at a loss. I have no idea where to go. Like I made a big discovery when I jumped into that one random pit and just kept jumping up and down on it, but didn't lead anywhere. Or maybe I just need to keep going up. But I thought this is where we dead-ended the first time. It is! Alright, well, I don't know. Can I go over here anymore? No. Alright, I don't know what to do here. And that just led to, yeah, this, and there was no way through there. Ooh, but look at this, I can run into the wall endlessly. He's doing a little dance to the song. Oh, come on. You gotta lead somewhere, game. Get up. Get up. Alright, turn that off. Nothing. Because I can't go through there. And that leads to nothing. Alright, yeah, I think this is definitely the one that I didn't like. The levels are big, but sometimes big levels don't mean good levels. Sometimes your levels need to actually go somewhere, and if they don't, then you have failed in the design. Oh, get up there. Get up there. I'm not taking full advantage of the fact that he can swing his blades as much as he wants, and that the drawdown of his mutant powers is over time, not over use. Okay, tough guy, get over it. Well, this was it. This was the only other place that we could go, and I didn't see where this was going to lead me where I needed to go. Unless I missed something up top. Doing some double jumping. Wait a minute. Oh, is that what that is? Damn it! There's something up here. Right there. Oh, it's tough. That's not an easy jump to make. Got it. All right, there we go. Maybe now we're making progress. Maybe. Boss fight? Boss fight. No! Damn it. All right, something to the left. There's got to be something to the left. All right, we've definitely not been this way before, so this has got to be where we were supposed to go. Come on, give me that boss fight. Health bar. No! Nothing. A dead end. Why even put this in here if there's nothing here? Get out of here. Get. Damn it! I just want to end the level. Alright, there's got to be something this way. Aha! The boss. And it is a thing. This should go in my favor. I mean, whatever it is, I'm fighting with adamantium claws. Come on. Let me kill him. You got nothing, kid. You got nothing! Ah! All right, there you go. There's your strategy. Mash A until it dies. Or who do we win for that? It's got to be Psylocke, right? Yeah, we get Psylocke. All right, well, we'll do a little bit of this level with Psylocke, and then we'll call it a day. And apparently I have to fight Wolverine? I don't know who you save if you finish this one. But look at that posture. Ready to strike. Now, I'll be perfectly honest. I don't know if Psylocke ever even appeared in the animated series. If she did, I guess I tuned out. I don't think I watched the last couple of seasons, if I'm being honest, because I just... Nothing killed the momentum of the show for me quite like when the Phoenix took Jean Grey away from the show. I just felt like they lost a lot when that happened. Which is funny because, as I said, I don't think Jean Grey was all that well utilized on the TV show. I think she was just kind of underpowered and never really helped out as much as she could have and probably should have as part of the show, but... Uh-oh. No, I fell in the poo. I assume that's poo water because it's brown. Hope one of Psylocke's mutant powers is incredible resistance to hepatitis and tetanus. Alright, I don't know where I'm supposed to go. Left, maybe? Unfortunately, she's a lot like... Ow, crap! Literally, I'm walking crap. Well, let's get using this power-up, you know? That's lame. She just pokes with it. Come on, no swiping? Even Wolverine had a swipe with his attack. He didn't jab people with it. Okay. It is powerful. Alright, here we go. Now we're making some progress. Get some health. Got whatever that was. I think we're making the right... Alright, there we go. So go back this way. Wow, that is a really powerful attack. It's one-shotting everybody. I don't need that, but I'll take it. No! I'm in the poo again. Oh, we found the boss. It's a lady with a spear! I'm sure someone has incredible insight into who that's supposed to be. Are those the Morlocks down in the sewers? Isn't that right? All right, who do we get for that? That level was very quick, so we got to take one more look. We'll look at Storm here through the worst level of the game. Now, the good news about Storm and her incredible fighting prowess there, she can fly. Ooh. Oh, no, come on. And also, I think she gains... oh, maybe not. Maybe it's when you're on the ground. Yeah, when you're on the ground, you can shoot, like, I guess that's supposed to be lightning. All right, let's go up, or whatever way this is leading me. We'll see if we can't make it to the boss and not die in one hit or whatever happened there. No, I didn't even make it to the boss. I made it to a room full of flamethrowers and couldn't get any further. Go back down. Now, instruction manuals for video games are prone to telling information about characters that is established to be fact elsewhere, especially when it comes to comic book characters. And you would hope that they do their research when they come up with the information that they include in instruction manuals. However, they did say something that I was baffled by because I didn't think that this was the truth, or at least not the real origin of the character. Apparently, Aurora Monroe was born American? This is according to the instruction manual for the Game Gear game, so who knows if that's accurate, but they do mention, of course, she grew up on the streets of, I think they said Cairo as a thief, and then came back to the U.S., I guess, or was brought back by Professor X. Ultimately, what matters is they established that this is a character that was not purely from... Okay, we're going the right direction. But not purely of African descent. She was, well, okay, she was American, but obviously of African descent. You know what I'm trying to say. Oh, get up there. Oh! Oh! There we go. There we go. Keep moving. Keep going. Get higher. She cannot do a double jump. That's fine, because she can fly. You turn on the power. Whee! In the least heroic pose ever. Kick, 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 kick. Oh! Okay, jump. There we go. I think we're going the right way. Whoa, whoa, whoa! I think this is where we erred before. Oh, look at this. Now let's just go down, down and right. I think this is how I needed to go. Okay, wait. Do this and down. There we go. Whoa. Huh? Oh, not onto the fire. All right, all right. Ow, right into the fire. Ah, we're at the boss. All right, where's the boss? All right, ooh, health. Yeah, we need that. Let's get some health. So I haven't found the boss yet. Oh, this isn't a character that runs away from you. Oh, there he is. Shaw, get back here, you coward! Oh, wait a minute. That's right. You can't hurt him that way. You have to, like, drag him into something that, I guess... I'm guessing you have to get him to, like, go into one of the freezy things. He ran away. You coward. Come with me. health. Oh. Haha. Oh. Didn't count. Oh, what an epic chase. This may have been one of the reasons why I could never beat the game, because I couldn't figure out how to defeat this character. Which I think is literally just get him to walk into a trap. I don't know. Get over here. No, I need you to get on the trap. Get on the thing. Get on the... Okay, so it's not coming down. Whatever. Come this way. Come with me. I need you to get on this. Get on. There you go. Now get on it. Now come with me. Now, that's the other way. Come this way. Come with me. Over here. There you go. And then I'm going to cross, and you're just going to wait. I'll do a little dance, a little jig over on the other side of the gap. Oh, come on. Get down here. Here we go. Come to me. There's a trap this way. I think I can use... Nope, didn't work. Okay, so I have no idea what to do. No, it's working. I think. Yeah, it's oh! But I'm dying. Okay. I think that's a good stopping point. So I was right. You had to get him to walk into the traps in order to damage him because you yourself couldn't hurt him. Why that would work doesn't make sense. I feel like if he knows that he's being hit by something, he can absorb it. Isn't that how Sebastian Shaw works? They can absorb kinetic or physical energy if he knows that it's coming towards him, whatever it is. Anyway, let's go ahead and wrap things up. We'll do a round of the good, the bad, and the ugly. The good is, for a Game Gear game, I think they did a great job with the graphics. You have to take, what I'm saying with the grain of salt, because, of course, it's a handheld game, and handheld games have a tendency to be very muddy and ugly because they have a limited pixel count, as well as a color palette that is limited. We've talked about this in the past. The Game Gear had a comparable palette to the Super Nintendo, and in fact, I think it was even better than the Super Nintendo. So they made very good use of the colors for what they could on the screen. They had a couple of limited frames of, Wolverine and Cyclops, Sebastian Shaw and Emma Frost, and they all had nice detail and color gradation in some of the images that they put up. The soundtrack, as hard as it goes, is actually not that bad. Now, you say that realizing, yeah, it's a handheld. The handheld had little teeny speakers that really couldn't do a lot of bass and variation in the notes that they could play. So you had to work with what you had. But they put all the effort they could into getting this soundtrack as solid as they could. And I can't knock the game for that. Now, yes, it's not going to go down as one of the greatest soundtracks of all time. I would say the song that was playing in the Hellfire Club area, at least at the very beginning, the early melody, was pretty good. I actually liked it quite a bit. Some other areas were obviously better than others. The Savage Lands song was kind of obnoxious and bad, but I'd say overall the soundtrack wasn't half bad. The power set for each of the characters that you could play seemed to be well represented, some better than others. Cyclops was weird because it was just a weird energy blade on her hand that she just poked enemies with instead of slashing. I feel like that kind of power you would want to slash with instead of poke enemies, but I can't project energy out of one of my hands in a blade shape, so what do I know? Cyclops could shoot in multiple directions, not only just straight ahead or up or down, he could shoot at angles, which was a nice touch. Wolverine got his health back as long as his claws were out, which was a weird choice. Maybe they should have just made it so that he got his health back slowly no matter what, but, they had to make a story conceit to explain why Wolverine could still lose in a fight, and they made it that, it was tied to his energy meter for, his mutant powers. As far as the bad, the levels are too big, which is always a tough thing to say about, handheld games, because you want to have some meat to the game. But in the case of this game, the levels were so big that it was becoming difficult to figure out where it was supposed to go, in particular the Hellfire Club. The elevators just kind of went up and down and left and right and all over the place. And there wasn't a clear guiding arrow, and they really needed that in this game, telling you, you need to go this way to get to the end of the level. Point a big arrow left or right or up or down, wherever it was supposed to be guiding you to go, so you knew this is my ultimate end direction for this particular part of the map. This is where you need to go to get out of there. And if you go off and you explore in different directions to find power-ups, so be it. There's still an arrow telling you go this way to get to the end of the area. Unfortunately, it made the Hellfire Club take way too long for me to get through at the very beginning there. The Savage Lands, I felt like I had to go in a big loop in order to get to the end of the area. I did not have much trouble getting through the sewer area, and the one that we just finished at the end there, it felt like it took a couple seconds. The Japan level was very straightforward. It was left to right, but it was so long. Way too long. Yeah, the levels in this game, way too big, and the ones that were a little bit more labyrinthian, they could have used just a little bit of guidance. Again, the graphics are good, but it seems like every character had one animation for when they attacked. It was just, I'm standing perfectly still, and then fist is out. Perfectly still, fist is out. There was no animation between attack and standard stance. No attack whatsoever. So they kind of cheaped out on the animation in that regard. And I know they had the ability to put more animation and characters in these games, so it feels like they just really phoned it in that case. As far as the ugly, again, I feel like if you're making a video game, especially a licensed video game, and you have a developer who goes as hard as they did with the soundtrack for this game, and they have someone else who comes in on the menus and openly insults the work that they put into that soundtrack, that's just a bad look. It was funny, and I laughed at it, but at the same time, I hope whoever put that in there got the baddest case of stink eye from the guy who actually did the soundtrack as hard as possible. Because these Game Gear games, just like Game Boy games, didn't have a huge development staff. They didn't have a huge development budget. They had a couple of people who came in and worked on it for a couple of months or a couple of weeks, got the game out the door so they could, make money on whatever tie-in they were going for at the time. I cannot believe that someone said, hey, let's say that we have two settings for sound effects, annoying and off. And there was probably someone else who put a lot of work into the soundtrack and was like, man, I think I really nailed this. And to have someone else just insult their work, it's like, screw you, dude. You do the soundtrack next time you think you can do it better. Especially when I think some of the songs actually were pretty good. That's just a personal take. The only other ugly, and again, I'm just a sissy, so of course I didn't make it all the way through in standard difficulty. They gate some of the characters behind you playing in a higher difficulty, and I don't know if I ever actually played as all the characters. If I did, I certainly don't remember it. Not to mention, if the 4 characters that you get access to in the standard difficulty are Wolverine, Cyclops, Psylocke, and Storm, you're leaving out Iceman, Rogue. There's one other that I'm blanking. It might have been Nightcrawler. I can't remember who the other one was. I would feel like Rogue would be the one you want to put in the standard gameplay, because there's, aside from flight, all she does is hit things really hard. She can't, sap enemies of their power, as far as I know. In most interpretations of the character, they do it in the set of skills that she had once she had basically permanently adapted Ms. Marvel's powers. Flight, invulnerability, and super strength, basically. And they never really take advantage of her ability to leech other mutants of their powers and then temporarily gain them herself. If they found a way to make that work in here, and I have no idea how they would do that, because of course you don't really fight a ton of other mutants in these levels. It's usually just thugs with guns, or weird monsters, or pterodactyls, or bugs, or whatever. So there's not a lot of creatures to suck the powers from. But I feel like that would be an interesting character to have as like part of the base group of characters you play on the lower difficulty. But, you know, I didn't design the game, so I don't know. I would have rather have played as Rogue than Psylocke. Psylocke was kind of boring. All right, let's give this game a score. We do our score in Randars, 1 to 10. I'm going to give it a 6. I don't think there's a lot of depth to it. The levels were fairly short, unfortunately, even if they were built to be very confusing in some cases. And it was nice that there were some areas where they had some powers hidden away if you were really being thorough and looking around. But the enemies, the bosses at least, there wasn't a lot of strategy aside from Shaw. Shaw was literally guide him over to one of these environmental traps and have him take damage that way. But even then, you have to do so while you're also getting the crap beaten out of you because you can't block in this game. So that wasn't really strategy so much as tank the hits, run for the nearest heart, tank some more hits, run for the nearest heart. That's not really fun. All the other enemies, the bosses in this game, it seemed like just mash on A to win. There wasn't a lot of depth to the strategy against the bosses there either. Yeah, levels were big in design, but maybe not in thought or puzzle solving. And I think a lot of that would have been made easier if they just had an arrow pointing you in the direction you had to go if you spent too long not going that way. Yeah, 6 Randars. I think this was an okay game, and I'm fairly certain it was the other X-Men game that came out on Game Gear that I did actually like more. We'll find out at some point in the future. Maybe when Season 2 of X-Men comes out on Disney+, we'll fire up the Game Genie converter for my Retron and take a look at the other one. But yeah, this one, okay. Good soundtrack. I think it's a good soundtrack. Maybe other people would disagree. And the character models are nicely shown, if not terribly well animated. But yeah, it's an okay game. That's going to do it for this episode of Nub's Handheld Collection. As always, I do appreciate each of you watching, and I will see you next time.